Hi everyone, it's Jo Gifford here, and this little live is inspired by a conversation that I have just had, which will probably resonate with lots of you who are working on getting your message for your business or for your personal brand out into the world. And it's one I hear an awful lot, is that we worry about, being perfect. We worry about perfection. We worry about everything being just right. Is the lighting right? Am I going to sound okay? Do I look really awful? Is everyone going to think I'm talking nonsense? And I'd love to hear from you guys if worrying about that perfection is something that has held you back. I know it's something that my clients talk about, and we've talked about things like how they worry about on a video our voices sound really weird, or what are people going to think, or are people going to judge me in some way? And all of those mindset things can really stop you from sharing your message. And in fact, this week I'm doing a series called the Takeout Message Mastery, and in each day for 10 days I'm doing a 1-minute audio which which you can carry around in your ears while you're getting your coffee, your takeout. So you can actually just have me in your ears, that audio for 1 minute, and I'm helping you work through the messaging magic, which will really help you raise your brand online. Now, the first audio I recorded in a coffee shop on Monday, and I just jumped on my phone and just used Dropbox. I also Dropbox, which is super easy to use. You just literally click this button on your phone, and you can record an audio and it goes straight to your Dropbox folder, which makes it so easy to record audio on the fly that you can have transcribed for your blog post, that you can have, that you can use for your course creation modules, that you can record ideas for later, that you can record little messages for your list, all stuff like that. So I recorded this module on my mobile phone in a cafe, like super quickly, literally 1-minute audio. I just jumped on like, hey, it's Jo Gifford. And for those of you that that have done or are doing day one of the Takeout Message Mastery, you'll have heard it. And my dear coach Tara Newman said to me today, hey Jo, people probably won't realise your history when it comes to creating content. And I was thinking, what do you mean? Tara pointed out that actually not a lot of people would find it easy to sit in a coffee shop and just press record and just record that message. And actually lots of people probably wouldn't find it easy. Hi Tara, I've just mentioned you. A lot of people wouldn't have found it easy to press play and go live on a Facebook Live like I'm doing right now. Tara, you just inspired me to share my story live. And here's the truth, guys. Sometimes it's not easy to jump on and talk to people, and the more I do it and the more I've done it, we're talking about probably 3 years easily of me being super visible on video and online. But guys, if you look at my early videos, they are so awkward. They're really awkward. Kind of early ones from YouTube from like years ago, and I'm very kind of, it's Jo Gifford, and very posh kind of phone voice, and I'm not really quite sure how to talk, and it's fine. And now I can jump on and I'm here in my sweatshirt, I'm just at my desk, I'm not anywhere glamorous, but I had a message to share and I'm sharing it with you. Hey Gemma, dude, your videos are not orcs. Kat, hi, lovely to see you here. But here's the thing that I'm not sure whether a few of you know, that up until the age of actually probably my early 20s, I had such a bad stammer from the age of 7 that I could barely speak at all, right? So for me to be able to jump on now and talk to hundreds of people at any one time, to do some live webinars in front of people, to do podcast interviews, to send my videos and my message to thousands of people at any one point in time, being really, really vulnerable, is something that I never ever thought I could do, right? And I just want you to know that I'm not doing the whole, hey, I can do it, it's easy. It's not easy. And there are still some days when I have that little demon thought that says, what if you stammer and they all notice? You know what? I do stammer sometimes on my audios, I do. And, those of you will probably now listen to them and go, oh yeah, she does. Now it's part of me, it's part of my speech pattern, it doesn't bother me at all. But I just want you guys to know, I know, thanks Gemma, I want you guys to know that it's not always easy. And I really understand how hard it is to get your message out and to be vulnerable online, and to get your message out. It's part of me. You know, usually I have rainbow hair. I don't right now. I've got a little bit of rainbow there. It's part of me. That speech pattern makes me, okay? And I used to think it would stop me from being heard, right? I used to think it would stop me from being heard, when actually the whole issue was around being heard. But that's a whole other conversation. And now I am heard. And the right people who need to hear from me don't care if it's a bit imperfect. They don't care if I've just recorded something from my coffee shop. They don't care if my Facebook Live is a bit jaunty and perhaps I could do with some more makeup on and all that kind of stuff. No one cares, because what they do care about is hearing what you have to say and hearing who you are, whether it's in this format like we're doing right now, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's in an email. People who are looking to you for what you offer just want to hear from you. Absolutely, Tara. Awkward and imperfect is real. And, you know, I'm not the kind of person, or the kind of, you know, it's a personal brand who is always going to be polished and perfect and looking airbrushed and, you know, all this kind of stuff. I'd rather jump on and have a chat with you guys and go, hey, this is what's happening. I thought you'd like to know blah, blah, blah. And just to kind of, you know, be with me here in my day, wherever that is. You know, sometimes it's somewhere glamorous and sometimes it's not, you know, because that's how we roll. Yes, absolutely. If it's, oh, Sarah, oh, it's gonna make me cry. Thank you, Sarah. That you're a recovering speech therapist. That's amazing. The speech therapists in my history were amazing, because I you know, back in the day, I think I finally referred myself for speech therapy when I was 18 or 19. And of course, in those days, there was no email really. I had to write to them and say, I couldn't phone them up and say, I need to come and see you. I couldn't, you know, it was that bad. I wouldn't use the phone to ring friends in case, you know, somebody else answered, and I'd have to, oh, it's just awful. So for me to, you know, talk, don't. For me to talk, sorry, my Gem. For me to talk to you guys, I guess I'm sharing it because I really, really, really wanted you to know that I understand how hard it is to get your message out there. When I couldn't even go and ask for something in a shop, right? When I couldn't even go and do any of that stuff, and it's been a long journey. Don't. Oh, Gems. I'm still imperfect, right? And not everyone likes what I say, and that's okay. You know, sometimes people don't enjoy my message and they unsubscribe. That's fine, because there are more people who love what I have to say because they resonate with who I am on every level. They, you know, they like the quirky Joe, they like the imperfections, and thank you, Max. So I just kind of wanted you to know, if any of you have had that awful feeling of thinking, oh God, I sound awful on video. You probably don't, because actually we are all our own worst critics. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, snivelly, snotty Facebook Live today. We are all our own worst critics, right? And for all the times you see my face on the interwebs, it's taken me a long time to get used to that being the case. For all the pictures of Joe you'll see on Instagram, on Facebook, on wherever, it's taken me a long, long time to accept that it's okay, that I'm not the perfect weight, that I'm not the perfect image, that I'm not this, that, and the other. And now I'm super happy with who I am, and, you know, and what I represent, because, you know, here's the thing: the more visible you get, the more people there are to say nasty things about you. But so what? You know, there's a block button for a reason. And, you know, they don't have to be part of my world. That's no problem. But, oh, Gemma, absolutely. Live streaming, you know, I used to love Periscope, and then Periscope, you know, which I still do sometimes, had a lot of people on there saying all sorts of awful things. But we open ourselves up for that, and it's hard. And I know, you know, my clients right now are going through my, you know, my little sort of messaging mastermind. We had a whole session on video and about how we felt about it. And I was really surprised, you know, that these amazing women, you know, we all have it, you know, they all think they look terrible, they all think they sound terrible, and, you know, video doesn't have to be your thing. It might just be that even writing a status update has you in bits. You know, is it okay? You know, is what I'm saying okay? You know, am I showing up in the right way? But here's the thing, over time you evolve. The more you create, the more you find your voice, then the more you become more confident with it, okay? And it becomes normal for you to sort of jump on and share something. And, you know, when I read my status updates and things from the time hop thing on Facebook years ago, I'm like, oh gosh, I wouldn't say that now. But a lot of people who have either hired me or wanted to work sort of with me have done so because they've known me for a long time and have seen how much I have evolved. And they're like, wow, you know, your journey was amazing to watch, and it's still amazing to watch. You don't have to be a million steps ahead of people. You just need to be where you are. And, you know, if you feel uncomfortable, you know, getting your message out, it's okay. It will get easier the more you do it. You don't have to be like anyone else. You don't have to be anyone else's brand, just yourself. And so I really wanted just to come on and to tell you that from someone who could not speak for such a long time, I never thought I would have a job, guys. I never thought anyone would even do anything with me because I could never speak my truth. I could never actually answer questions. I could never. So all of that stuff, obviously over time I've had all sorts of fluency therapy, I've had the mind therapy, I've had all the kind of NLP, the EFT. I'm always on that journey, guys, but it is a little gremlin in the back of my mind so often, because my next demon is live speaking on stage, and I tell you, I'm going to be up on that stage one day, and I'm going to celebrate that day so much. But this is also a stage, right? You know, the Facebook live streaming is a stage. So is my, you know, so is my kind of email list. So are my Instagram stories. So are all these things. They're all a stage of some description, which many of you might find difficult for all sorts of reasons, whether it's confidence, whether you think your eyes are like a little bit wonky, whether you feel like you look tired, look at the state of this, whether you feel like your hair doesn't look right, any reason. And also sometimes you just feel a bit crazy thinking, is anyone actually going to listen to what I'm going to say? And you might not know until you rock up and share it. And that does take practice. You know, I talk a lot to you guys, but it's because I do it quite a lot. And because there's feedback, and, you know, it is a conversation. You do get to have a conversation like this. And even if it's a slower conversation, like on a podcast or videos, you know, that conversation does happen over time. So you get some feedback on what you're saying, and you get people saying to you that they've enjoyed A, B, or C. And anyway, so now you know that I never thought I'd be able to do any of this, and I want you to know that it's okay to feel imperfect. And if you've thought that, if you've really worried about your videos not looking right, or worried about what to say and worried about how to find your voice, then message me below, because I want to hear what you're struggling with. And I'm really grateful for you guys, you know, turning up to hear this Facebook Live. It's a bit of a teary one for me today. I don't think I've ever actually cried on a Facebook Live before. So I acknowledge Tara Newman for reminding me of my own podcast or email. It's probably from about 2 years ago now, where I'd shared that little piece of information that actually I had such a bad stammer that all of this would have felt so impossible for me. And for any of you who thought that I've always naturally been able to be super chatty on camera, no. No. Okay, I'm really grateful for you guys being here, and I'll see you soon. All right, lovelies. Bye.